G'day everybody, it's me again. A couple of guys have been waiting for the video on the Soarer, so I thought I'd do it this afternoon. Yeah, about 3 years ago now, I bought this car as a project. It was in one piece. It just needed pitting and, you know, basic, you know, just TLC more or less. It did have a couple of bits of panel damage from the previous owner, which I'll get into in a minute, but as you can see, my brother did an awesome job of repairing all the panel damage, and then it met its untimely demise. It's got the Toyota 1JZ engine, 1JZ GTE, which is a 2.5 litre straight six with twin turbochargers. It's an awesome engine to drive. They just sound great. The power delivery is awesome. They rev like shit, but at the same time, they have the twin turbo design. At the same time, they have plenty of, you know, mid-range torque, get you moving without any issues at all. They are a 1600 odd kilogram car, and it is an automatic, but I had no problems. It would launch quite nicely off the lights without any issues at all, and I could definitely get both back wheels spinning without a problem. Did a couple of donuts around the corner once, and that was a lot of fun. But you know, so now my friend Dan, who's probably been in a couple of videos now, a couple of you would have spoken to him on Skype maybe even, he owns the car. It did actually have the complete leather interior out of the V8 Limited in it, but I sold that to recoup some of the money. It was a really, really nice car when it was in one piece. It had all the wood grain and everything. It was in nice nick. I had the dashboard matching center console that was in wood grain. I had everything working. Absolutely every single function on the car worked. Air conditioning, climate control, all the windows, the sunroof, all of the lights. Every single function on the dashboard worked. I spent a lot of time on the electrics in this car to get it perfect, and it was a bit of a nightmare at first. Some people had done some bodgy mods under the dashboard, fitting alarms and such, but in the end I sorted that out. That took me a couple of months here and there ripping the dashboard out to fix it, but in the end I did get on top of it all, and I was stoked. I was that happy, in fact, that I'd gone out and bought a set of rims and tyres for it, which I've now sold again. But they were big 20-inch chrome things, of course. Mind you, I think it actually drove better with these original factory 16s than it did with anything else ever. The Duo 4-wheel disc brakes, they are a decent sized brake. It's hard to see with this one in the condition it's in now. But in overall, oh yeah, this one actually has the electronic suspension too. So you could actually choose between hard and soft on the suspension as such. Of course, like I said, Dan started stripping it. Anyway, the rest of the story, I got my brother to panel this side, we'll do all the panel work on it actually in preparation for paint. But the week after it got panel beaded and the week before it was going in for paint, a Land Cruiser hit it in the arse end. That's why it's all bent up. And unfortunately, it has actually kinked the floor. One of the rails, I can't remember where it was, but my brother found it. It's actually kinked the floor slightly, so it actually pretty much twisted the whole car in that incident. Even though you can't really tell from the front here, underneath you can. It does look a tiny little bit out of shape in a couple of spots. He just hit me in a sweet spot, unfortunately. It was a Land Cruiser with a tradesman's trailer on the back, which was absolutely full of stuff, and he was in a big hurry in traffic, and I seen him behind me flashing his lights and acting like a maniac, and I just ignored him. And then when we came up to the next intersection, he thought I'd taken off, and I hadn't taken off. I'd just rolled forwards to wait for more traffic, and him in his impatience, he went bang straight to the back of me. With him and his trailer, at probably, you know, there probably would have been enough room for him to get to 30 k's an hour the way he was driving like a maniac. So yeah, it really, 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 really pissed me off. I ended up getting a payout from the insurance company, and then for some reason they ended up withholding $750 of it legally, and I can't get it back. So I ended up getting about $2,700 back on insurance, which I will admit did actually cover 95% of what the machine cost me. But yeah, it was a sad day. You know, basically you'd call it a better version of a Japanese Monaro, if you understand what I mean. Big two-door sports car, coupe style thing, luxury, or sports luxury coupe you'd call it. Yeah, that's the one. Sports luxury coupe. Anywho, I'll leave you with it at that. There's not much else to say. Yeah, I did tweak up the auto a little bit. I put some shims in the auto to make it shift nice and firm. So when you put your foot down, you can actually get a little chirp out of the shift from first to second and second to third. Real basic shims. But it's a shame. It's a shame. It was a very nice car to drive. Very nice, very comfortable, air conditioned, powerful brakes, you know, suspension. It had the whole package going on. And I was willing to upgrade a bit of the power plant. But yeah, meh. Enough. Makes me sad just thinking about it. Even the bonnet, I got a new one. You see that? Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.